Okay, Mikey, you ready?
Yeah.
Raegan, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's read Sleeping Beauty. In a faraway land, long ago, King Stephen and his fair queen wished for a child. At last, a daughter was born, and they named her Aurora.
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 Uh-huh. To honor the baby princess, the king held a great feast. Nobles and peasants, knights and their ladies, everyone flocked joyfully to the castle. King Stephen welcomed his good friend King Hubert to the feast.
Daddy, are the babies?
Those are the babies, yeah. The king and queen had a baby, and they invited everyone to come see it.
It is Michael.
It looks like Michael, right?
Yeah.
Got the blonde hair, definitely. King Hubert had brought his young son Philip with him. So that's young Philip. Yeah, he's.
Wait, Daddy. I got young Philip in my class.
You have Philip in your class?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a different Philip.
Daddy, I think why he got a leaf on his hat?
It's not a leaf, it's a feather. He's got a feather in his hat.
Why?
Because sometimes that's what people wore. The kings agreed that someday Philip and Aurora would be married
Daddy,
when they were older.
Daddy, what do all these babies?
Okay, so these are 3 good fairies, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. Each of these magic beings wished to bless the infant with a gift. Waving her wand, Flora chanted.
Oh, and hold can fly.
What?
And hold.
They can fly because they're magical fairies.
How they got magic wands?
Because, again, they're magical fairies. They can cast spells. Waving her wand, Flora chanted, "My gift shall be the gift of beauty."
Daddy,
Yes.
I'm not flying.
They're flying around. They're bestowing gifts upon young Aurora. "My gift," said Fauna, "shall be the gift of song."
Daddy, I can't get up.
So she can sing and have a nice singing voice.
Ooh, I'm tired.
Mm-hmm. Merryweather's turn was next, but before she could speak, the castle doors flew open. Lightning flashed, thunder rumbled. A tiny flame appeared and grew quickly into the form of the evil fairy, Maleficent.
Why are nice?
She's not nice, right?
Why?
She's an evil fairy.
How that evil fairy? How that good fairy just become the evil fairy?
No, it's not the good fairies. This is a different fairy. This one's evil, and her name is Maleficent. Yeah, it's hard to say. Mm-hmm. Her pet black raven, which is a giant bird, was perched on her shoulder. Maleficent was furious, look at her face, for she hadn't been invited to the feast. Now she took revenge. "I, too, shall bestow a gift on the child," she said with a sneer. "The princess shall indeed grow in grace and beauty, but before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die."
Daddy, isn't that thing have broken?
No, she's showing them a picture of a spinning wheel. She's saying on her 16th birthday, she's going to prick her finger on the spinning wheel and die. So she said an evil curse upon Aurora.
It looks like a spinning wheel.
It is a spinning wheel. That's what she's saying. With a cruel laugh, the evil fairy vanished. Everyone in the room was grief-stricken. But Merryweather, which is the third of the good fairies, still had her gift to give. And she tried.
Daddy.
Yes.
Daddy.
Uh-huh.
Daddy.
Yes.
Whose baby is that?
That's the king and queen's baby. That's young Aurora. Right?
Daddy.
Yes.
Why fairy is that?
This is the third good fairy. She's giving her gift upon the baby. And she tried to undo Maleficent's curse. She said to the infant, "If through this wicked witch's trick a spindle should your finger prick, no, not in death but just in sleep, the fateful prophecy you'll keep. And from this slumber you shall wake, when true love's kiss the spell shall break." So she's trying to undo the curse by saying, if she pricks her finger, she won't die. She'll just Go to sleep.
She won't die?
Yeah, so she's trying to help keep this young princess alive. King Stephen ordered that every spinning wheel in the land be burned, but he still feared the evil fairy's curse.
Daddy.
Yes, Michael.
How does spinning wheel got fire?
He set them on fire, because remember, right? If she pricks her finger on the spinning wheel before her 16th birthday, she'll die. So he ordered that every spinning wheel in the land be burned so that she can't prick her finger on it. But he still feared the evil fairy's curse, so the good fairies hatched a plan. They would take Aurora to live with them deep in the woods, safe from Maleficent.
Aurora has a baby?
That's the baby, yep. The king and queen agreed.
The eyes are taking baby.
They're taking the baby, listen. They watched with heavy hearts as the fairies hurried from the castle, carrying the baby princess. To guard their secret, the fairies disguised themselves as peasant women and changed Aurora's name to Briar Rose.
Briar Rose? Why?
Yeah, because they don't want her true identity known. They don't want her true identity known. Right? They're going in disguise so that the evil fairy won't find her. They're hiding her so she'll be safe. You understand? Okay. The years passed quietly, and Briar Rose grew into a beautiful young woman. At last the princess reached her 16th birthday. Planning a surprise, the fairies sent her out to pick berries. Fauna baked a cake for her while Flora and Merryweather sewed her a new gown. In a mossy glen, Briar Rose danced and sang with her friends, the birds and the animals. She told them of her beautiful dream about meeting a tall, handsome stranger and falling in love.
Daddy.
Yep.
Who are these? Who are these?
These are the good fairies, remember? They're disguising themselves as peasant women so that no one knows that they're really the good fairies.
Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, get bug bites.
She's going to get bug bites?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Right? And she's not wearing any shoes.
I think that girl lives in here.
Yep, she lives nearby in the cottage with the good fairies. Remember? Right, they're keeping her safe and hidden. A handsome young man came riding by. When he heard Briar Rose singing, he jumped from his horse and hid in the bushes to watch her. Then he reached out to take her hand. Briar Rose was startled.
Hello. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Are you good? I'm good. That's me. That's me.
That's you, Raegan?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh. Then he reached out to take her hand. Briar Rose was startled. I didn't mean to frighten you, the young man said, but don't you remember? We've met before. They had met once upon a dream.
This is me.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're very pretty. Briar Rose felt very happy. She and her admirer gazed into each other's eyes. The young man didn't know she was Prince Aurora.
Dad, who's this?
This is Prince Philip. And she didn't know there was Prince Philip, to whom she had been promised in marriage many years before.
Dad, who's this?
This is Prince Philip. Remember, he's the boy with the feather in his cap?
That's you.
Not me, no, that's Prince Philip.
So, Daddy, where his hat, Daddy?
Oh, well, again, this is 16 years later, so he probably got rid of that hat. It was probably too small for him. Right? He's older now. And he's meeting Aurora again, but he doesn't know she's Aurora. Remember, she's in disguise. And she doesn't know that he's Prince Philip.
Daddy, I can see you.
Okay, let's see. Back at the cottage, the fairies gave Briar Rose her birthday surprises. Then Briar Rose told them that she had fallen in love. Oh no, they cried. They told her the truth at last, that she was a princess betrothed at birth to a prince. That means she's promised to get married to a prince. Now it was time for her to return home. So poor Aurora was led away, longing for her handsome stranger. Maleficent's raven, perched on the chimney of the cottage, had heard everything. It flew off to warn Maleficent that the princess was finally returning to her rightful home. Maleficent sped to the castle. There, using her evil powers, she lured Aurora to a high tower. In the tiny room, a spinning wheel suddenly appeared. "Touch the spindle!" hissed Maleficent. "Touch it, I say!"
That girl shouldn't say that.
Well, Maleficent told her to touch the spindle, right? And she's using her magical powers to make sure she does it. And what's going to happen when she touches the spindle?
She's going to be asleep.
Right. Not dead, because Merryweather cast the spell to go against this curse. But Maleficent thinks she's going to die. Let's see what happens. "Touch it, I say!" The three good fairies rushed to the rescue, but they were too late. Aurora had touched the sharp spindle and instantly fallen into a deep sleep. Maleficent's cruel curse had come true. With a harsh laugh, the evil fairy vanished. The good fairies wept bitterly.
Daddy, why do her wear shoes? Wait. Now her crown had fallen off.
Yeah, the crown fell off. The good fairies wept bitterly. "Poor King Stephen and the Queen," said Fauna. "They'll be heartbroken when they find out," said Merryweather. "They're not going to," said Flora. "We'll put them all to sleep until Briar Rose awakens." So the three fairies flew back and forth, casting a dreamlike spell over everyone in the castle. Meanwhile, Maleficent had captured Philip and chained him deep in her dungeon. But the good fairies had other plans for him. Using their magic, they melted the chains.
Why he's doing like that?
So listen, they're arming the prince with the shield of virtue and the sword of truth. Because he's a noble, valiant prince. He's going to save the day, right? Then they sent him racing to the castle to awaken the princess.
Daddy,
Yeah?
why he's hitting this?
Remember, the only way that Aurora can awaken is by true love's kiss. And he's her true love. So he's got to race to the castle and give her a kiss so that she can awaken. When the evil fairy saw Philip escaping, she hurled heavy boulders at him, but the brave prince rode on. When Philip reached Aurora's castle, Maleficent caused a forest of thorns to grow up all around it. Philip hacked the thorns aside with his powerful sword. Remember, he's got the sword of truth
Thorns?
and the shield of virtue. Yep, these are thorns.
Thorns.
In a rage, the evil fairy soared to the top of the highest tower. There she changed into a monstrous dragon. "Now you shall deal with me, O prince!" she shrieked. Maleficent breathed huge waves of flame. Philip ducked behind his strong shield. Thunder cracked. Flames roared around him. The prince fought bravely. Guided by the good fairies, he flung his sword straight as an arrow. It buried itself deep in the dragon's evil heart, and the beast fell to its death. Maleficent was no more. Philip raced to the tower where his love lay sleeping. Gently he kissed her. Aurora's eyes slowly opened. Now everyone was awake. The king and queen were overjoyed to see their daughter again, and wedding plans were soon made. The good fairies were blissful too. It had all ended just the way it should, happily ever after. The end. You guys like the story?
Yeah.
And thanks everybody at home for watching our video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below about any future books you'd like to have read.